Mike, Judy, family, who's ever sitting there watching this great story. Hey, I've got a whole page of stuff here that I wanted to kind of ad lib a little bit at the beginning of your story, but instead, I think I'll just start with the story. Mike, Master from Moab, February 22nd, 2026, by yours truly, J. Mooney. The Connection, Chapter 1. Brigham said upon the way out west, Archangel Michael, the protector of God's people, who is like God, where is your sword and wings, I ask. The prayer, Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our defense against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray, and do thou, O Prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, thrust into hell Satan and all its evil spirits who prowl about the world seeking the ruin of souls. Amen. Pope Leo the 13th. What is that we see in the sky up above? Looks like the plane. No, it's a bright star. No, it's Mike, Master from Moab. Horace Greeley said, go west, young man, go west. Brigham Young said, follow me, our promised place is out west. And so they follow in big numbers, in tune with the prophet and president's every word, obedient to the cause. You got to suffer to sing the blues, I guess. And of course, if you stepped out of line, there were consequences. I'm going to leave that in there to be sure. His name is Rockwell Porter, the scariest man on the planet. If you met him, you said, yes, sir. He always got his man, but that's another story. John Doyle Lee and James Allred were best friends, headed out west following Brigham, the prophet, to the promised place. And Nauvoo, John Lee, James Allred, and all their family were baptized on the same day, September 10th, 1832, at a mass baptism by the hands of Joseph Smith himself, perhaps in the River Jordan. Life was good for a while. The Latter-day Saints flourished, though it seemed there was friction building in the non-believers' community. After the mob death of Prophet Joseph Smith, beliefs were put to the test. As you might imagine, things went upside down. Mormons forced to flee the area for their safety, no longer welcome in the violent city of Nauvoo, regrouping in Nebraska. Then it's out west with the new prophet Brigham. By the way, it is recorded for onlookers as if being welcomed home, Joseph's final words, O Lord, my God. June 27th, 1844. Let me take this opportunity to clarify a couple things. First, this is not a religious book, or as Jerry Seinfeld might say, not that there's anything wrong with that. Anyway, historical, yes, in a fictional way. Spiritual, yeah, some. I think all life is spiritual in a broad sense. But more so, this story is about family, the power of generational friendship, true love, and the universal language of laughter. If or in you can laugh at life's pains and disappointments, you're on the mend. That makes me want to laugh, or at least giggle. Oh, and one more thing, the gift. Is that the present of today? If you have your health, you got everything, those in the know would say. We're going to find out if that's true. Mike Gilger, Master from Moab, and I have been best friends since the 1970s. Let me start that over.
Okay, we'll just start from here. Oh, I have to go in. I can just edit the front of that off. Just start again.
Yeah. If you have your health, you got everything, those in the know would say. We're going to find out if that's true. Mike Gilger, Master from Moab, and I have been best friends since the 70s, 1970s, that is. We only found out recently that our connection goes back to the early 1800s. Turns out, as fate would have it, Mike's great-great-grandpa is John Doyle Lee. Maybe you heard about him. He is a big part of Utah history. Owned and operated Lee's Ferry in southern Utah, crossing the Colorado River. As Mike said, a story in itself. We will discover that's not all he is famous for. And then we have this writer's great great grandpa, James Allred, founder of the Allred settlement in 1852, later renamed Spring City, Utah. We had no idea that our great great grandfathers were friends. I wanted to tell Mike's story for some time now. He is an amazing man, only to find out in researching the possibilities that Mike's story is my story too. The universe works in mysterious ways. Being from Utah and loving history while my grandparents told stories of their youth at family reunions, I have learned a lot about the history of Utah and the Latter day Saints that settled Utah. I didn't know, however, John Doyle Lee was related to my best friend Mike. Can you imagine that? What are the odds? This is how our family lives have intertwined through history for over 200 years. Mike and I lost touch for 25 years because the confusion of the past erased as two old men embrace after 25 years. Both of us in our 70s now. It's February 15th, 2026. I have to chuckle here some. The scene at the airport reminded me of those two adorable little boys, 3 years old or so, in a timeless classic scene, running towards each other and then the embrace. The cutest video gone viral on the net. Perhaps you've seen it, or at least can relate. Hobbled and slow now, Mike has Parkinson's and I have two bad knees. The hug felt great. The moment captured for time eternal. Love you, Mike. Supported by photos of the event by Judy, Mike's wife, the best person I know. Thanks, Judy. The night is warm and full of promise. A wind gently blows. Let's see what you think.
There you go.
I don't know.
That's our outro.
I
Hope you guys
think it
enjoy
went
it.
pretty good. I've tried to get Jason in here, but he says no.
I don't like being on camera. I'll send you a picture.
Yeah.
Hope you guys like it.
So anyway, yeah, I hope you like it.